So the question is, George, and thank you so much for taking my question. Article 2.1c of the Paris Agreement of 2015 talks about the importance of aligning financial flows, generically defined, with the commitments under the Paris Agreement. It doesn't define what the flows will be. It doesn't define what aspects of the Paris Agreement should be aligned to. It just says so. And because it's very broadly drawn out, I wanted to get your opinion on how perhaps we can approach this and things to look out for in the process of implementation.
Well, I'm really grateful to you, Chidi, for picking this up, because in common, I think, with the majority of activists, I've really neglected that aspect of it. In fact, it's a generally very neglected aspect, the financial flows, which of course are absolutely crucial, because it's the money flowing through the banks, flowing through the financial sector, which determines what actually happens. And at the moment, as you point out, the Paris Agreement is really vague on it. It doesn't actually say how that should be improved, how that should be done. And so the great danger is that you have all the sort of prospectors, the privateers of private finance moving in and saying, rubbing their hands and saying, this is great. Look, we can create a whole new frontier of profit making here through grabbing what they call natural capital, through commoditizing the natural world and claiming to be the saviors when in fact they're driving destruction. So what we desperately need is government to step forward and say, no, we're going to create a regulatory framework and we're going to lead on this. It's going to be public finance that leads on this, and we're going to determine very clearly, if private finance is going to be involved, the terms and conditions under which that private finance is going to be involved. This isn't going to be just another opportunity for profit making. This has to contribute to the goals of the Paris Agreement, which ideally mean no more than 1.5 degrees of global heating. Otherwise, it just ends up being exploited.